A long time ago, several centuries back, there existed a prosperous kingdom in the heart of India, Dharanigarh. This kingdom was neither very vast nor extremely powerful, but its greatest strength lay in its unity, its commitment to justice, and its noble king, Virendra Singh. King Virendra Singh was a brave, just, and devout ruler. Under his leadership, the kingdom had flourished in every direction. The land of Dharanigarh was fertile, the people were hard-working, and the army was both courageous and well-trained. Peace prevailed across the kingdom. But the king had one special possession, a sword passed down through generations in his family. It was called Vajradhara. It was not just a weapon, but a symbol of courage, justice, and honor. It was believed that whenever the kingdom faced a grave threat, the sword would itself guide the king. One day, an old sage arrived at the royal court. His face radiated wisdom, but his eyes held concern. He said, "O king, the colors of the sky are changing. A storm of destruction is approaching from the west. The true test of Vajradhara is near." The king respectfully seated the sage and replied, "We are the rightful heirs of Vajradhara. No matter how great the crisis, we shall face it head-on." Days later, strange incidents began occurring in the border villages. Mysterious voices were heard at night, fields were found burnt, and people began disappearing. Soon, alarming news arrived. A ruthless warlord named Kalbhairav was marching from the west, having already reduced 3 small kingdoms to ashes. Kalbhairav was a merciless warrior. He didn't wage wars, he committed massacres. His goal was complete domination over the region. He was also a master of dark arts, and many of his soldiers practiced black magic. The spies of Dharanigarh reported, "Your Majesty, Kalbhairav's army is vast. They have chariots, cannons, and monstrous weapons that spit fire." The king immediately summoned a war council. Generals, ministers, Prince Aditya, and other advisors gathered. The king declared, "A battle is inevitable. We must protect not only Dharanigarh, but also the values upon which it stands." Prince Aditya, the king's 22-year-old son, was fearless, intelligent, and valiant. The king called him and said, "My son, your time has come. This battle is no longer just mine, it is yours too. You will now wield Vajradhara." Though trained in swordsmanship since childhood, lifting Vajradhara was no simple feat. As Aditya touched the sword, it grew heavier in his hands. His arms trembled. The king smiled and said, "Vajradhara does not respond to mere strength. It draws power from inner fire. When your spirit awakens, the sword will be yours." Preparations began across the kingdom. Blacksmiths forged weapons, farmers stockpiled grains, and soldiers trained day and night. Every citizen knew this war belonged to all. The king issued a proclamation. "Every citizen shall be sheltered, every warrior shall be honored, and every sacrifice shall be remembered." Even the women joined in preparing bandages, supplies, and medicines. The entire kingdom functioned like a single body, each part playing its role. At last, the day arrived. Before sunrise, the war drums echoed across Dharanigarh. Kalbhairav had reached the border. He sent a messenger. "If the king surrenders, there will be no need to bathe the land in blood, else your end is certain." King Virendra Singh replied, "Dharanigarh may lower its swords, but never its honor. There will be war." The first day of battle was brutal. Arrows filled the skies, spears pierced the earth, and swords clashed. The brave soldiers of Dharanigarh held their ground. Kalbhairav himself entered the battlefield. He wielded a strange magical sword that left burning marks in the air. Prince Aditya fought valiantly, but Vajradhara remained silent. The king noticed his troops tiring and declared, "Today I shall join the battlefield myself." As he stepped into battle, Vajradhara gleamed with power, recognizing its true master. With lightning-fast strikes, the king took down Kalbhairav's men, one after another. Stunned, Kalbhairav roared, "You are old, yet your strikes are faster than the young." The king replied, "The fire of justice and righteousness never ages." In fury, Kalbhairav chanted a dark spell and attacked the king. Virendra Singh was wounded and fell. Lying on the ground, bleeding, he called for Aditya. He whispered, "The time has come, my son. Call upon Vajradhara. It is now yours." Aditya reached for the sword, and this time, it felt light, as if it wanted to rise with him. A radiant light burst from the sword, illuminating the entire battlefield. With a mighty roar, Aditya struck Kalbhairav. The enemy's magical weapon shattered, and he stumbled backward. Aditya's final blow sealed Kalbhairav's defeat. His army scattered in fear. The war was over. King Virendra Singh breathed his last, but with pride in his heart. His funeral pyre was lit right there on the battlefield, where he fought his final war. Prince Aditya was crowned king. Lamps were lit across the kingdom. In his first address, King Aditya said, "King Virendra Singh's last sword taught us this courage is not born, it is chosen. And as long as injustice exists, Vajradhara shall live on." The sword was never again mounted on a wall. It became the spirit of Dharanigad. The last sword of the king is not just a tale of war. It is a legacy, a reminder that no age, no fear, no threat can stop a true warrior from standing for truth. Like, if this story touched your heart, comment which part inspired you the most, King Virendra Singh's wisdom or Prince Aditya's valor. Share this saga of bravery so others can feel the spirit of Dharanigad. Subscribe to the channel for more such historical and inspiring stories. Thank you.